action. Hey everyone, welcome to Brain Driven Brands with Sarah Levinger, now officially hosted by @NateLegos.
Wow.
We're super excited to be here. Sarah, thanks for coming on my show.
Every time, man.
What you got for me this week?
I'm dying. First of all, Sarah's dying from black lung. I apologize ahead of time for all the coughing. But here's the thing. Nate has been sitting here purposefully trying to make me laugh until I pee. And so I'm just coughing up a freaking lung at this point. So I'm going to blame it on Nate. Welcome to the show. Is this your show now or is it my show? We haven't decided yet.
Ours.
Okay. If this is going to be yours, do you want to buy it from me and pay me large sums of money now? Because that would be great.
Nope. I don't know if you know, but the current owner's not
Hawaiian
paying me
vacation.
to be on it either, so.
It's so true. Please sponsor my podcast. I want to continue talking just dumb shit with Nate. Okay. Welcome to the show. Nate Legos, who is currently crushing it with the brand Original Grain, which competitor to the watch that I'm currently wearing. But that's fine because I don't do watches. I was just gifted this one by my lovely husband. And so now I just wear it every day. Let's talk about things that are important now instead of all the things that we were talking about, which were probably not as important. I had a tweet a while ago that was interesting. Who was it? Was it? Okay. I always have to check and see because I don't want to Taylor. Yes. Okay. It was Taylor Holiday. Hi. Shout out to Taylor Holiday. I don't think you listen to my podcast, but if you do, hello. This tweet was from a while ago where I literally just said, I'm really confused. We're spending millions of dollars on ads every single month. And 50% of that is going to waste. And then we're getting really stressed out about our tech stack. And I was really confused about that. And so I wrote that tweet where it was like, wait a minute. I'm confused. Why are we spending so much money on ads and then we're getting all stressed out about how expensive our tech stack is? And Taylor Holiday was like this tweet. And that was really validating for me sometimes because...
All right. I have questions.
Okay. I'm ready.
Who says we're wasting 50% of our ad spend?
This is a stat, actually, that has come out of a couple different places. The last place I found it was on what was it called? Statists. I can't remember the website. I'll find you the link. This is a pretty large scale stat that gets quoted by a lot of different people. And I'm still working to try and find the original data on this. But for the most part, it seems like there's quite a lot of people in the marketing industry that agree we're wasting up to 50% of our advertising budget every single month.
I think that's absolute bullshit.
You think it's, okay. Yeah. All right. Tell me why you don't think that's real.
All right. Because a couple of things.
Okay.
Define wasted.
Spent on ads that do not perform.
Define perform.
Is the way I defined it. Perform as in hits our metric targets specifically for low cost customers and high level of conversions.
Yeah. See, I think that's assuming impressions are worth nothing. Right.
Hot takes. I love these hot takes. Okay. I'm ready.
I think, and he said low cost customers, which triggers me a little bit. Cheap customers are cheap. I don't like cheap customers. I want valuable.
Okay. Can I change my terminology there and say efficient?
That's fine.
Instead of low.
Sure.
Okay.
I'll save my cheap customer spiel for another episode.
Okay.
But yeah, the objective of every single impression is not a conversion. I think that's unrealistic. I think that gets less and less realistic the higher quality and higher value products you sell.
Yeah.
So 50% wasted is bullshit. To me, that's like saying, well, we piss out 50% of the water we drink. And I'm like, well, okay. You still got to drink all the water.
Yeah.
You can't cut your water consumption in half. It's does that work? So I don't know. Kind of agree with that to begin with. Now, I will say to the main point of your tweet, there is a weird mental thing that goes on for e-com brand owners and marketers where ad spend at millions of dollars a year or a month is that's what we got to do. And then a software for $1,500, we're like, fuck that.
Absolutely not. And no way in hell are we spending that kind of cash. Yep. This is what I was trying to convey.
I can't really explain it. Like it's a weird thing. My only quasi explanation is I think a lot of SaaS is bullshit. So it's like, even though the total cost might not be super high, it's like I'd rather spend an extra $1,500 a month on my Facebook ads than I would on your dumb software. But there are also softwares that are absolutely necessary to run our businesses that like no one talks about, like, you know, paying your email platform or your SMS platform hundreds of thousands of dollars a year. Because like, well, we definitely have to do that to be able to email and text people. But
100%.
It's all these kind of, I don't know, ancillary softwares that like aren't 100% necessary, that like more than $500 a month. We're like, should we cancel that? Are we using that still? It's weird.
I find it really interesting too, because excuse me, every single time I'm coughing up a lung. I find it very interesting too, because this stat of like we waste up to 50% of our advertising budget. Like I said, I still can't find where this came from, and I've been looking for this stat for a long time.
Yeah, I think
and
it's a myth.
It keeps getting circulated a lot. Now, I don't know that I agree that it's up to 50%. That's a lot. Like half of our entire budget is going to waste. Here's my stance that a lot of people don't like. I do think that we have a critical amount of content waste happening in this industry. We are producing so many ads. Like I can't even believe how much, like for no reason at all. We're just dumping crap tons of creative into these ad accounts, turning them on for maybe a week, sometimes up to 2 weeks. It didn't work. We turn them off. We never use them again. We never test them again. We don't iterate on them. We don't try and figure out why they didn't work. And even the brands that are trying to figure out why they didn't work, we're not looking at the ecosystem, the global consumer behavior as a whole. Maybe that ad didn't work because it's July.
Right.
Maybe it'll work in November. So I'm trying really hard from this one tweet to say a couple different things. I think it's a little bit ridiculous that we get bent out of shape on the actual bones of the business, the actual cost of running business. And then we don't get bent out of shape on the amount of waste that goes into our ad account. That type of mentality is really strange to me. And I'm trying to get people to fix that, because in general, I personally believe we waste a lot more energy and time on generating massive amounts of ads that are not going to work than we do on just vetting and trying to figure out whether a tech stack is working. Like,
yeah, well, and it's such a weird thing where like, even like when we paid you for the first project you did for us, we paid you like $5,000, and you came in and did a full, you know, linguistic profile, whatever nerdy dorky bullshit you're involved in. But it turns out that like the messaging that came from that and some of the ads you made from that absolutely crushed. And I can be like, well, we've made millions of dollars off those ads in the last couple of years.
Heard it here first.
But like, there's just something in me that I'm like, should I pay Sarah $5,000 again? And like, we did it again this year, you know, but like, it's just weird. Anything outside of the ad account, you're right, gets like looked at under a microscope.
Yes.
And I never think about 10, the fact that like, well, for the 45 minutes that we're going to record today, I'm spending like $4,000 on ads.
Yeah.
And
$4,000 that hopefully will make money back, but sometimes they don't, right? So the mentality in the industry is really interesting, where we prioritize our cash, because obviously we got to spend money to make money. It's got to go somewhere, right? But I think too many marketers in this industry assume that paid advertising is worth it because they have potential to generate income or cash.
Yeah.
Revenue, not income. But I get nervous about the amount of people that don't take a look at what the actual like return is on some of this stuff. And I do it in my own business too. There's stuff that I spend literal hours on. That's not going to make me more than maybe $10 an hour by the time I'm done doing it. But this goes across the board that like, I don't know, man. I think we need to be a little bit more careful about how we're thinking about paid advertising compared to other aspects of the business.
Yeah. I think something you mentioned that's really important is like the amount of waste that goes on, not the ad account, in the content creation, in the marketing team. I think there's way more waste there than actually on the ads themselves. I'm kind of the belief, like, if you're running decent ads on a good channel like Facebook, none of your ad spend is wasted. I think every penny you're spending is gaining a valuable impression or gaining a not valuable impression that's then telling Facebook, hey, this kind of person did not like our ad. So like,
Yeah.
I'm of the
100%.
belief where like that's not wasted at all. What's wasted is the time and the
Yeah.
money and the resources that go into creating and testing 50 ads a week, or paying an ad agency a big retainer so they can give you a fascinating, overwhelming report every Monday that you don't really need. Like,
Yep. 100%.
that's so much more wasteful to me than the ads themselves. And then when you look
Yeah.
at kind of these other things, like paying a freelancer who knows what the fuck she's talking about to make your ads perform better, or paying for a software like Intelligems that lets us split test, you know, landing pages and headlines and copy and pricing on our site, that has a direct
Yep.
impact on how our ads are working. But there's something in us ecom bro brained guys that's like, I don't know.
Ads, more ads.
I don't know. It's $199 a month, kind of steep.
It's too much money. That's just way too much. I can't handle that. So what would you say then? What's your suggestion, especially to brands that are your size or smaller? Because the bigger ones have different problems. Like once you get to a certain size, your tech stack changes a lot. You have to spend more to make more. And volume of ads becomes actually a little bit more important, because at that size, usually, from what I see, you've pretty much nailed down the emotional reasons people buy. And now you're just going for like volume-based creating. What's your suggestion for anybody that's like just starting?
Just be like gritty. Like just don't be fancy. Like I think sub $60 million a year, I don't think your tech stack needs to cost you more than $8,000 a month outside of like email and SMS platforms. Like I just haven't seen too many tools that are absolute necessities to run your business. Whereas what I view as an absolute necessity is understanding the real reason customers are buying from you, and then creating high quality content that kind of piques those emotions.
100%.
I think that, while focusing on developing a better product, is like all you should be doing until you're hit serious 8 figures a year. I know no brands way smaller than us that spend way more money on software and the marketing team than us. And I'm like, your product sucks though. Like, do that.
Do product better.
Go make a better thing.
Yeah. But like, that's the harsh truth, the harsh reality of D2C and e-commerce. You're selling into the void, man. Like there's millions of different products and millions of different brands and different companies. There's also millions of different types of consumers. So
I don't think any of us appreciate how small we are.
Oh yeah, I would agree with that.
Like I think a 50 million a year business is tiny.
Yeah.
And I think that like people, and like I'm admitting like we're like tiny as well. Like I'm not saying like you guys all suck. I'm saying all of us are fucking really small. And I think that we don't realize like, hey, maybe you don't need 6 project management tools. Right. And like maybe you don't need an 8-person marketing team to do $4 million in revenue a year. Like it pains me so much when someone reaches out to me and they're like, hey, like, you know, we did $6 million last year, but didn't really make any money. Can you take a look at my ad account? And I go, no. Let me ask you some other questions first. And they have an 8-person marketing team.
And with 8 people and you're like, gosh, 8-person marketing team, and you're not hitting the goals that you want to hit. Like there's something else going on in the business that you need to take a look at. And I'm not a business, I'm not a business pro. I don't know much about like business structure, but I know enough to know that I've seen enough ad accounts to know most of the time when I come in and we're having like efficiency issues, it's not always an ad account issue. Sometimes there's something internal to the business that I'm like, I can't help you with that.
Yeah, I think it's almost never an ad account issue. Like I think
solve those, but
fuck, I was just gonna say something that was gonna be smart.
Sorry.
Oh, okay, no, I'm good. I got it. I wholeheartedly disagree with the statement that 50% of ad spend is wasted. I fully believe that 50% of marketing teams' time and total budget are wasted.
Oh yeah, maybe more.
That's
maybe more than 50. Yeah.
And I think that should be the stuff that gets focused on more than like, 100%. How can we get the best click-through rate? Make a better product, make better content, not more. I would rather launch one good ad a week than 30 bad ones.
Thank you.
I think the theory of like throwing shit at the wall and seeing what sticks puts shit on your wall.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't turn into not shit because it's stuck to the wall. Like it's still shitty. Like I'd rather take a sniper approach to it and be like, I'm gonna launch 3 ads this week because that's the most ads we could make that are really high quality.
Yeah, 100%. Well, oftentimes you see people too. Sorry, you see people that will just keep throwing all this spaghetti shit at the wall, and then they don't know what to do after that. So then they just borrow competitors' shit and they throw that shit spaghetti at the wall. So now we've got
competitors that are doing the same thing.
Yes, everybody's like following each other. Have you seen that meme where it's a Spider-Man looking at a Spider-Man and they're both pointing at each other? It's that. This is how I feel when I get on Twitter every day. I'm like, D2C ecom, guys, slow down. Like, just take a look at what's actually happening. You may not need an 8-person team. You may not need to launch 50 ads this week. Like, ask yourself, do we actually have to do this to hit what we're trying to hit? Because most of the time, the answer is no.
Yeah.
There's better, more efficient ways to do it, especially from an ad account standpoint. I think Nate's hot take of like, you're wasting most of your marketing team's time, 100%.
Yeah.
My hot take, you should not be doing volume in your ad account until you know what you're trying to say.
Yeah. I think everyone in ecom could benefit from being a one-man marketing team for their time in their career. Like, I think that helped me out so much early on. I was a CMO at one point. It was just me. Like, it was, and I was running the ad account.
CMO
and I was
of a one-man team.
And I was making every email an ad in Canva and my phone camera. Like,
yes. Well, you were making it work though, right?
Like, and like it worked.
Doing
and we
numbers.
Did numbies that year.
Oh,
I made no money, but the company did.
CMO never makes money. Okay.
No. But I think like just having that experience and having that perspective makes it really obvious when now I do have the budget for a team and I've got a good one, but it's still 2 people.
Yeah.
And it's 2 high quality people. 2.5. We have a part-time person that I'd love to hire full-time, but she won't let me hire her.
What?
Yeah.
Girl, you need to just.
She's also the founder's wife.
Oh, okay.
When I got here, I was concerned. I was like, oh, I got to work with the founder's wife. But turns out she's fantastic. And I've been begging to hire her full-time for a year. And she's like, no. Nah. I'm like, all right.
What is going on? I mean, can you just get her for free?
No, we pay her.
Just be like, maybe I don't want to hire you. Maybe you just work for free.
No, that's the part she doesn't
want. Can I just have you for free? That's hilarious. Well, this goes to show you again, this is not the only thought process I have around this type of stuff in the industry. I truly believe there are things that we believe in this industry that are 100% just not freaking true.
Yeah.
And these are the hot takes that come up that people are like, what are you talking about, Sarah? I'm like, well, like go listen to my podcast about the AIDA framework and why I hate it for ads. That one is probably one of the best hot takes I had this year. And I got a lot of mean comments about it. And I was like, perfect. This right here is what I'm talking about, people. You believe stuff just because it's there. I don't know about that. I'm not convinced that this is the way we should be doing it. Hot takes, though. Anything else you want to add to that? This was more of like just a general chat about the industry today.
No, that's pretty much it. If you're evaluating software or like a freelancer or any cost that's not in your ad account, like just make sure it maps to actually helping you sell more shit more 100%. Efficiently. Because I think there's a lot of tools we go through kind of like twice a year at the end of Q2 and at the end of the year. We'll like pick our heads up from doing our work, look around at the new tools and new options and like new technology just to see what's out there. And I'm coming off of it right now, and we basically said no to everything. And that's not a shot at anyone. Like, there's plenty of tools that are fantastic, but a lot of them I think fall into the bucket of like they'd be really nice to have.
Yeah.
They will not make or break your business. They'd be great to have. They might help you be more organized. They might clean up your workflow a bit. They might even help you make a little bit more money.
Yeah.
But if they're not like really driving incremental profit, then I'd stay super lean until you're doing 100 million a year.
I would agree with that. Prioritize the things that are actually going to make you money, especially if you're a smaller brand. The bigger guys, next you're coming in to like prioritize the things that are going to actually like move the
right.
ship in a good direction.
Yeah.
Because at that point you're literally so big that you now have to make very like incremental, teeny tiny little
Yeah.
decisions that are just going to help the efficiency of the overall brand.
Yeah.
But when you're small, be careful of what you bring on because you may not need
Yeah.
it in general.
All right. Last take on this.
I'm ready.
It's criminal how many marketers will spend hours and days and months worrying about their tech stack and won't pick up the phone and call a customer.
Oh,
Like,
ow,
go
my
do
heart.
that. Like, go do
I
that.
feel that in my heart.
You know what I
Please
mean?
go call a
Like-
customer. They just want to talk to you. Also, customers are just, they're so blown away when they get on a phone
Yeah.
call with anybody inside the internals of the business who's just like, hey, I just want to talk to you and see like how you're doing and ask if there's anything that we can do for you and not ask for your money. I just want to know, like, how's your life going?
Yeah.
That is freaking massive. There was a brand that I talked to.
Also, let me admit, I don't
Last
think I've
week.
called a customer in 4 months. So I
So
should do
Nate
that today.
needs to take his
I
own
should do that
advice
today.
and go call a customer today. That's amazing. Honesty, brutal honesty on the Brand Driven Brands podcast. I talked to a brand last week sometime that was talking about the fact that like whenever their customers hit a milestone in their life where they were like graduating from college or like got a new job or whatever it is, they'll send them random little things that are not pertaining to the products.
Yeah,
They'll send them like a trophy, like one of those little plastic ones. They send like flowers to people. They've sent like different like belt buckles and things, you know,
Nice.
just random stuff. And I was like, I cannot believe how much that must mean to a customer who's so used to the brands just being transactional, right? And this is the reason why, again, like we're talking about tech stacks and like understanding how much is going to waste, but it really does like kind of segue into like just how human are you as a brand? Some of this stuff you could just cut out and just hire someone whose full-time job is just to go make people happy. Just figure out ways to make our customers happy outside of giving them products or like solving problems. Just go surprise and delight.
Yeah. I love
that would be a freaking integral hire.
That's so much more impactful.
So much more impactful.
Switching software.
Yes. Because I mean, that I can't tell you how far a non-solicited, like unsolicited, very candid customer like testimonial goes on TikTok. Them just saying, oh my God, I just got a call from a brand from like their customer surprise and delight director just called me. And it was the most amazing experience. That would go viral in seconds. Like, think about it, people. Like, where are we spending our money and what's going to be the most integral piece to making our customers happier? I think it wouldn't take much. Doesn't take much. It doesn't take much for me. Somebody sent me crumble cookies like a while ago. I think it was Will. Shout out to Will. That guy is so good at like gifts. Anyways, what was he with? Oh crap, I can't remember his brand. Sorry, Will. I'll apologize. I don't remember what your brand is called. But guy sent me crumble cookies, and I still remember it. Like a year later, I'm like, I've been in this industry for years, and that's the first time anybody ever sent me cookies.
Right, it's a big deal.
Big freaking deal. Okay, all right, we'll end it there. So, where can people find you, Nate? If they want to like pick your brain on all of these amazing things that you say.
No picking my brain. I don't have time for that. If you send me a DM that says, "Can you pick my brain?" No.
What if they give you cookies?
No, you can't. Oh, I'll do a lot for
hell yeah, cookies.
Yeah.
Where can they go if they
all
want
right, but if you want to learn from my brain, Twitter at Nate Lagos. The podcast is called Tactical and Practical. Each week we just dive into a singular tactic that I'm using to help grow it profitably. And if you do want to talk, I'm half kidding. DM me. I'm available. Just don't be like, can we hop on a 45-minute call to pick your brain? No, we can't. Don't have time for that. But DM me. I'll respond. I'm also doing a new segment on my podcast. I'm going to continue to promote my podcast until it gets more reviews than
it's not going to. Sarah's is gonna
I'm doing a new segment at the end of every episode where I'm just going to scroll through DMs and answer questions about
smart
e-com, marketing, careers. If you have any like hot industry gossip, drop it in my DM. But keep it anonymous.
Talk about that one.
Gonna be a fun segment at the end of every pod. So that's how you can get in touch.
So cool. If you want to follow Nate, you should, but then also go to my podcast and review it first because I'm winning with the If you want to follow me, I'm at Sarah Levenger everywhere you know places, on all the social medias. My brain is gone today. You can also go to @sarahlevenger.co, SARAH. LEVINGER, it's a long name, .co. And I have all of my not old, but like previous newsletters over there where I'm breaking down how some of the biggest brands in the world are using psychology to win and crush it in the consumer base. Brands like Liquid Death, Avi, what was the last one that I did? I can't remember. I need to do one on True Classic. Oh yeah, I should do one on the Virgin Grain actually. We are doing a podcast pretty soon on Nate's channel. A new episode, I should say. New episode on Nate's podcast. That's actually going to break down some of these like winning things that we have produced from an emotional standpoint. So
yeah, sounds going to be fun.
Thanks for coming on the show, Nate.
My show.
The Brain Driven Brands podcast is part of the Learn and Laugh series on the Quickfire Podcast Network.
So, we just got back from vacation.
Yes.
We were going through our credit card statement.
Don't do that after vacation.
And
that's
there was a day
on your part.
where I swiped my credit card 4 times. 3 of them were at the same ice cream place. And one of them was at the liquor store.